Hello, sharks. My name is Zoya, and I am the CEO of our company.
And I'm Alex, and I'm the CEO of our life.
We are from Los Angeles, California, here today seeking $150,000 in exchange for 10% of our company.
So, sharks, imagine this. You're headed to your local sushi joint for date night. You sit down at your table, eagerly awaiting your meal, and the waiter drops a plate in front of you.
And you are met with a plate of
mercury, parasites,
and microplastics.
Ew! This is not what I ordered.
But unfortunately it is. This is a sad truth of a lot of raw fish that we consume in this country. So I decided to take matters into my own hands. Introducing
Finneato Fish Foods, a plant-based seafood company made in the kitchen by chefs and not in a lab by mad scientists.
Our plant-based raw fish is made from a unique blend of organic root vegetables, sea algae, and
fermentation magic
to create the world's best tasting, almost like the real thing version of tuna, salmon, and yellowtail.
Plus, it's full of omega-3s, protein, iron, fiber, and none of the other junk.
And because it cuts and handles just like real fish, it's easily adaptable for chefs to use it in our favorite dishes like sushi, ceviche, poke, salmon and lox, a ton others, except that our fish is way cheaper and lasts way longer than the real thing.
Plus, it's safe to eat for those advised not to eat real raw fish, like those who are immunocompromised, allergic, or pregnant. So, sharks, who's ready to try the new catch of the day?
Oh, with Finneato Fish Foods.
We are back with another Shark Tank breakdown. I am Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything from patents, trademarks, copyrights, trade secrets, you name it. If it's dealing with intellectual property, then I'm a part of it in some way. And again, this is season 16, episode 4. And this is an interesting one. I know I talked about last week on the last episode that these kind of plant-based, these healthier options, food options are becoming more and more popular, whether you're talking about, a healthier option of beef or a healthier option of chicken or whatever the case may be. I guess this is the first time that I've ever heard a healthier option to seafood or fish food. So definitely you have to let me know in the comment section before we get started. If you tried the fish food, seems like it's essentially fish made from plants, which is, again, it's interesting to say the least. Let me know in the comment section if you have tried the fish food. And to the extent that you have, let me know if you like it or not. I know from previous episodes, especially with regards to the food products, you guys have been doing a phenomenal job letting me know in the comment section whether or not you have tried the product and letting me know whether or not you like the product or not like the product. So this will be an interesting one. Look, I don't review or watch these things in real time. I mean, I don't watch these things ahead of time. I give you my authentic thoughts in real time. And like I said, I'm kind of floored, taken back by this because I've seen the plant-based chicken and a plant-based steak and beef and all that stuff, but I've never seen a plant-based fish food. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how this thing plays out and if they get a deal from one of the sharks. The 3 things that I look for when I am kind of looking at the business or the product is how simple is it, how effective is it, and what's the market like. Now, again, the simplicity of it, I'm not sure what goes into making this plant-based fish food. I'm sure we'll see as the sharks start to ask more questions. How effective is it? Again, a lot of times that's going to be determined by what's the sales, the revenue of the actual product or the business, as well as what are the reviews looking like. And then in terms of the market, again, we know these plant-based products or alternatives to regular beef and regular chicken and kind of the regular kind of meat options are becoming more and more of a thing. Do you think that it is a market for specifically the plant-based option of the fish food? I know they gave some statistics in terms of people who are pregnant and people who are allergic to fish foods maybe want something different, and that's where the plant-based option comes kind of along. Is that something that is at scale though? Is that kind of a mass thing where people want it at scale? I'm not sure. We'll soon find out. And if you have all these three things, simplicity, effectiveness, in a market, if all those things go in your favor, you can check the box, and then you stand to have a rocket ship in terms of a product or a business. But even if you 1 or 2 things kind of don't bow well in your favor, you still can make a lot of money. And when I say a lot of money, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions of dollars. Now, you may not make tens of millions of dollars or $100 million, but this is the great thing about the American dream. This is the great thing about opening a business, having a product in America, that you can develop an audience that loves your product and a community that loves your product and still make a ton of money, even though it may not appeal to the masses. So we'll see. Let's get back into it. Let's see what they say. The Shark say about it. This is going to be an interesting one, I think. So let's go.
Good job.
Sharks, in front of you, we have some samples of our spicy tuna crispy rice,
Neato.
some smoked lox, and our ceviche.
So
Dig
no
in.
fish in this.
No
But you might be fooled.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Thank you.
It tastes great.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Like really,
It doesn't
really
just
good.
taste great. It really feels like
Yeah.
maduro. Like
So
Thank
we're
you.
food people, and that's why we
Like
lean
if
on.
you told me it was fish, I would have.
100%.
Yeah, listen, if you guys think I'm going to pay you to say that, I don't have enough money to pay you guys.
Oh my God, the ceviche is
I'm so glad you like
incredible.
it. Raw fish is a difficult protein. It's the most expensive protein. It is the least sustainable protein. So that's why I kind of tackled it.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
I've been working in social enterprise and doing biz dev for over a decade. However, I have a food background as well. I've done some private chef work. When I couldn't find the thing that I wanted, I decided to make it myself.
And I actually have a food background. I helped build the world's largest food social network, BuzzFeed Tasty. If you remember any of those
Of
really
course.
quick
I have the
cooking
books.
videos, I have 10 years in content creation in the food space. Now, collectively together, we have 3 million followers
Wow.
in the food space, and we share cooking videos.
Do you have a package that I can look at?
So how we sell currently is B2B. So we sell frozen fillets in just like how you'd get regular fish fillet to restaurants and caterers. There's not packaging per se.
Why did you start B2B and what's your vision?
So food service just made the most sense because I want people to have it prepared the right way.
But what is the key piece on why you're not also providing a retail proposition?
I don't have enough funding.
What are your sales?
Maybe some numbers would be good. Since we started actually selling to restaurants last year, we have sold $50,000 in only wholesale, only Los Angeles. We sell it per pound. It costs us just about under $4 to produce. We sell that between $10 and $13 wholesale. Actual sashimi grade fish wholesales anywhere from $20 to $40.
So you're less expensive.
Yes.
But you know, Zoya, there's something missing here. You talked when you came out, and I'm totally convincing, and yet you've made the product and have not found a way to tap that demand direct to consumer. I don't want to sell restaurants. I don't want to sell, wholesalers.
Well, let's
I
do
would
B2C
much
then.
rather you had the bigger vision, or at least me,
Yeah.
because you know how few people walk in here and say, I've got 3 million followers, and you're not even tapping them. Shame on you.
Mr. Wonderful.
I'm out.
You are
Okay.
tapping
We
them,
are,
just
we
in
are.
a
We
different way.
Well, you're not. Those are.
Well, they're
I
not
think
tapping on these
They're just not
sales.
converting. They're not converting the way
the
you'd want them
product
to.
was really impressive.
Thank you.
Your sales are not. I'm out.
So, listen, I don't think it's wrong you're going B2B right now, because I think while you're doing that, you're slowly learning a whole hell of a lot.
Mhm.
It's very early for me. I wish you good luck, but I'm out.
Thanks, Lori.
And before we kind of get to the last two, man, that's interesting to have 3 million followers and not being a D2C model. Now, it seems like Lori thinks that they are kind of tapping into their network, but 3 million followers and kind of B2B in terms of going to the businesses and selling it to them. Something obviously is missing, I think, with the fact that you only have $50,000 in sales. You're talking about only in California. I don't know. I think that's interesting. You guys have to let me know. So it seems like if you're outside of California, maybe you haven't kind of used or been able to kind of try out this product. So I guess for those of you who are watching out on the West Coast in California, let me know, what do you think about the product to the extent that you have tried it? But yeah, I think that's an interesting thing. You're obviously valuing the company at $1.5 million with $50,000 in sales only in a region. That's very interesting. Obviously, we know, with the coming out of this episode, I'm imagining that kind of sales will spike. But again, if you have 3 million followers across your social media platforms, you're not going to D2C or trying to tap into them. I don't know. That seems interesting to me, but let's continue on and see what Mark and the Last Shark has to say. And then we will look at the website at the end. I like to kind of go to the website, see, are they kind of protecting? That's kind of really where my expertise comes in at. Are they protecting their intellectual property, whether it's a copyright, whether it's a trademark, whether it's a patent? Are they protecting them? It seems like obviously with the fish foods and the substitutes, the thing that will apply most in this situation is definitely the trademarks, the name of things, as well as maybe even a trade secret on the process, the formula for these the fish food substitute. So not really applicable to a patent as well as maybe copyrights from this standpoint, but definitely trademarks and maybe to a lesser extent trade secrets will come up in this one. But let's get back to it, see what the last two sharks has to say, and see if these guys or these ladies land a deal. I guess it's not looking too good at this point, but obviously you just need one. Let's go.
Thank you so much.
I don't mind the wholesale business, right? Because people who sell to restaurants, they can prepare the stuff, or you can have, you can have events where you bring people in, and that works. But it's going to be really hard to scale to the size that, justifies an investment. And so for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you so much.
Who is your competition?
Oh yeah, there's basically two main other vegan raw fish brands. One uses food coloring, including white food coloring, which is banned in Europe, so that's a big no-no for me. The other one was actually a Silicon Valley-backed company. They were a food tech company that did not have, in my opinion, a single food person on board. If you squeeze the product, the juice ran out.
It doesn't taste good.
They raised over $20 million.
$20 million for a product that doesn't work.
And so why didn't you raise any traditional VC funding?
Because I realized some fun facts. Only 2% of VC funding goes towards women. That number reduces to 1% if you're a woman of color, and then that number reduces again if you're also a gay woman of color. Those weren't really great odds for me.
Well, the good news for you is you're in the Shark Tank. We don't care if you're gay. We don't care if you're of color. We care if you can make money.
So here's where I'm at. On the plus side, the stuff tasted amazing. Number two, I actually do think it solves a problem. That's a significant one. And frozen is a tough space. It just greatly increases all the costs, all the headaches. This is going to be a lot of heavy lifting. It may feel a little bit sharky, but it's going to take a ton of time. $150,000 for 40% of the company.
Little TiVo action.
Company, Fysh Foods, but he wants a much bigger stake than the 10% they came in offering.
$150,000 for 40% of the company.
That would kind of shoot us in the foot for any potential, growth. And although I really value you, that would be really hard for me. So probably the most that I could do would be maybe 20%.
I don't have any skin in this game here because I'm out. But you got to think a generation from now, when you've got one of your kids on your knee and you say, I was once on Shark Tank, right? And they say, well, Mommy, what happened? I was an idiot. I didn't take the deal, and that's why we live down by the river in a shack.
These are sliding glass doors. Oh my! Walk through the other door. Thank God I didn't give up 40% of the company. We're killing it. And baby, you have your jet. You get a jet. You get a jet. And if we had listened to Kevin, we'd be in that shack.
The most I could come down, just because I really love your energy, is 35%.
Don't miss the moment.
Ooh, he's coming down.
If we could meet at 25, and I know that's asking a lot of you, but I really believe in this product. It really could go the distance with the right partner, but I need someone exactly like you. But I can't shoot myself in the foot and then be, in a bad situation for future rounds.
Damn, she's good.
This is best and final is 30%. And I'll do 30%.
The moment. Oh,
Zoya, what are you going to do?
shack down by the river.
Would you, for 30%, do
Nothing other than what I offered is my
For
best
one-
and final.
okay. Let me just 1 second ask the boss.
Right.
Do you want to live in the shack by the river?
No.
Mr. Wonderful says we're gonna live in the shack by the river.
You are never going to wind up in a shack, is
You
what
never
you should tell
know.
him.
You're gonna do great
They
regardless.
can't afford the one by the river.
It's your good son. I think we should hook and reel in our new investor.
Yes!
Let's do it! Bring him in!
Kudos to them for getting a deal. We'll take a look at the website here in a little bit, kind of go through it. And I just want to give you guys some of my thoughts. That's interesting that she talked about one of the competitors had a food coloring that is banned in Europe. Obviously, we're past the presidential election. It seems like Robert F. Kennedy, who's big on kind of the health healthiness of Americans. It seems like it's going to be tackling some of these issues that you have here in the U.S., where a lot of kind of products and preservatives and additives and things like that that are banned in other countries are allowed in the U.S. So it'll be interesting. It seems like she's already conscious of that, with kind of not adding preservatives and additives to the actual product that is not healthy for America. So kudos to her on that. Now, I mean, it's interesting. I didn't think they were going to get a deal, but it seems like at the end they did end up squeezing out a deal. Obviously, it was for a lot more than what they anticipated, but I think it's a good deal, man. I think they definitely need someone to come and kind of help them with the vision and help them kind of get these things into the hands of the people. It'll be interesting on whether or not they switch things up and try to tap into that social media following a little more, especially having 3 million followers, whether or not they tap into that and try to kind of go D2C in addition to B2B, or if they continue to try to kind of hit hard that B2B approach. That's something that I'll be personally interested in. It was another thing that I had. Again, I tell you about the whole 2-team product, the 2-team model, and it seems like at the end it was an issue, right? As far as, okay, do we make the deal? Do we not make the deal? That's a good thing about having either one owner or kind of having 3 owners. If you have this type of majority rule, and it's easier to make decisions as opposed to having a 2-team, and there's kind of really no clear cut. Even though I know they kind of said one is the CEO of like the business and one is the CEO of like their life, you can tell it wasn't kind of really a clear cut, hey, it's your call type of a thing. And it was kind of more of a back and forth. And I think from an investor standpoint, again, just from kind of what I'm hearing from doing these interviews with people who built businesses, as well as kind of looking at these Shark Tank episodes where people want somebody who's going to make the business decision. And that's why they like either a 1-team business or a 3-team business, or somewhere where it's kind of a clear decision maker on board as opposed to 2. And it seems like both parties have equal say, and it's kind of tough to kind of get things done. Obviously, they're trying to get a deal done, but to the extent that they were both maybe at odds on a particular decision, does a decision get made to be able to kind of propel the company forward? I don't know. That's something that I think becomes interesting. Like I said, it kind of didn't hurt them on this one, but you can tell towards the end it was something that it kind of really wasn't a clear decision maker. So I guess that's something that I noticed kind of going through this one. Let's look at the website here really quickly before we get out of here. Finneato. It seems like the term Finneato, they have filed for a trademark application on the term Finneato. That's still pending. So that hasn't been granted yet. So I'm saying that to say that I would love to see the fact, to the extent that they're using it as a trademark term, to actually put that the TM, the letter TM at the end of it. And once it gets registered, to actually put the R in the circle at the end of it. But to the extent currently right now is not a registered term. So I would like for them to put the TM at the end of the term Finneato, just to make sure people are aware that they're using it in a trademark sense. Now I'm looking at this in real time. That's why I'm kind of pausing here, because the term fish food seems like, obviously I'm talking about Finneato here, but the term fish foods that they're using, it seems like a lot of different people, as I'm looking at the trademark database at the same time as I'm talking to you all, it's companies who somebody has it pending. The term fish in Ohio, you have another distribution company out in Ohio, out in Oregon for sauces, seasonings. Okay, fish sauce. It seems like there's a lot more kind of geared to sauces. It doesn't seem like they're trying to protect the term fish food I guess seafood substitute. So that's something that I would I guess have them consider kind of trying to protect that term. Like I said, it seems like other people are trying to protect the term or have protected the term for different classes. And again, keep that in mind when you're filing for a trademark application. Just because somebody has using it already or it's trademark, if it's not in a class that you're using it, you still can get potentially a trademark on it. I'm not seeing fish food for seafood substitute. So that's something that may be of interest to them, and that's something that the 2 ladies should consider trademarking. But definitely they have filed for a trademark application on the term Finneato. She has it in her personal name. I would definitely have her consider consider getting it out her personal name and putting it into a business name, just from an asset kind of protection standpoint and a liability protection standpoint. But again, it seems like they're definitely doing some great things. You have here seems like 35. Okay, I'm not sure, because it seems like it's a sauce and 30. Man, I'm not sure. It seems like they, yeah, I'm not sure. seems like they're out of California. Somebody has it for the term fish food. Look at this trademark database again. Seems like somebody has it. Because as you look at you see it's like a spicy tuna with sauce, and you see it looks like more or less of a sauce, which looks interesting, by the way. But you can see the term fish food on there. But if I kind of stop my screen here and go to this test database that I was kind of looking at in real time here, you can see that somebody has filed for a trademark application. Let's see, where is it at? For the term fish, a couple people actually, or this is fish for, this is an Oregon company for sauces, seasoning sauces, vegan fish sauce. So, I mean, that's something, this is a registered term. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's them or not. I thought they were out of California, but maybe if this, to the extent that this is them, then great. But if it's not them, that'll be interesting. Another registered one, again, same company out in Oregon. So maybe this is them, but to the extent that this is not them, it can get interesting, I should say, because they're kind of using a term in terms of fish food that is a trademark term. Let me go back to their website and see where they are based out of. Restaurants and catering. Looks like they maybe don't have an address. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it seemed like they was a California company. So again, it'll be interesting to see whether or not they kind of walking themselves into something with the term fish food, because that is a registered trademark by an Oregon company for sauces and seasonings and things like that. So they're using it. I'm not sure if they kind of received a cease and desist letter, but these are things that I want you guys to think about when you're starting a business. Make sure you're building a house on great foundation. And part of that great foundation is having the IP situated. So making sure that you're using terms, you're using phrases that you can, number one, trademark, but also that are not trademarked by others, such that you're going to run into issues later down the line in terms of a cease and desist letter, trademark infringement lawsuit. You want to avoid those things, and part of that is kind of thinking through these things on the front end, as far as, okay, is my term that I'm using, can I trademark it, and is it trademarked? Is other people using it such that I kind of maybe walking myself into a trademark lawsuit? So definitely something to think about. Like I said, Finneato, I think they're going to be good with that. Trademark application is pending, so great job, ladies, protecting that, at least filing for a trademark application. Term fish foods, again, I'm not sure if that Oregon company is you guys, but to the extent that it's not, that may be a little dicey, but those are just some of my thoughts as an IP attorney. Again, I'm not just trying to bring you guys to the entertainment value with these reaction videos, but I do want to bring you guys some valuable insight from a 10-year intellectual property attorney. I deal with this stuff every day, literally every day from Monday through Sunday. And yeah, just trying to give you guys insight. Please hit a like button if you like this episode. And to the extent that you're not part of the IP community already, and you aren't subscribed to Everything Intellectual Property, the YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button. Would love to have you part of the IP community. I just don't do these reaction videos from Shark Tank. I bring on and interview people who have built businesses based off their intellectual property. I also do current events. I just did a video the other day with the Two Live crew. They've been winning a copyright battle to get their copyrighted music back, as well as Plies, and on the entertainment side with the copyright, him suing some other musicians for copyright infringement. So I'm doing current events. I'm doing these interviews. I'm breaking down lawsuits, as well as I'm doing these reaction videos. So you get a lot of kind of different things to be able to choose from when you are a part of the community. I'll be doing more stuff as time goes on, but please consider being a part of the community and hitting that subscribe button to be a part of the community. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Take care. Peace.